Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome. I just noticed that apparently the recording has been going for 10 minutes. It hasn't usually been live for 10 minutes, but that's something.
That's something.
I'll just go ahead and close that and start it back up. Hello!
No.
Those of you on the recorded verse, in case something happens, this is totally the actual start. Don't worry about it. There we go. Problem solved.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing tonight? I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving or whatever you celebrate in whatever country you're in. We are here to play some Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Some good old D&D adventure. Dragon Heist is a great module. I love it. But what happened last time, everybody?
Lime committed several atrocities against nobles, and now
No, I
talking
committed
through a
one.
sewer.
I committed one.
That chained
And we went
several.
into. I committed the arson. I cannot be. I did not know who was in said carriage.
At best, that's just a damaging public property charge.
Public property. Let's see.
But I did for sure set that fire.
Yeah. But you all had been chasing small devils across the rooftops of Waterdeep, which did indeed end in a bit of arson on a carriage that one of the devils had dove into. This carriage was set on fire during a celebration that goes on for a few days called Trolltide, if I remember correctly. And I believe you all had wound up, like in the chaos, you all had wound up following some children who seem to have pickpocketed someone. Going down into the sewers, some of you are more exhausted than others, but upon opening a door, you hear a very sharp scream, and then a bunch of soft footsteps running in your direction. So, we will pick up here as three individuals. You see those same small figures, all carrying wooden weapons or tools, and they seem to have like a scarf kind of like wrapped around their face that smells a bit of lavender. But they all run up and like after the scream, and as this door opens, the three of them like gasp and like jump back. And they just stare.
You guys took something that didn't belong to you. I want it back.
They all look at each other and then look back in the direction that they had gone. The three kids you see here, and actually I should have a handout for them. I want to find a good picture of them. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong spot. No wonder. It is not. Thought it was in here. Well, here's a picture. It's not a great picture of them. But there's the three of them overlooking Waterdeep. Let me see if I can find...
There are pictures of them.
Yeah, I know, but I just can't find them. Whoops, those are the tokens. Here we go, handouts. No, they don't have them
check
in
like the
handouts either.
check like the chapter pictures.
I did. I didn't see them in chapter pictures. I know they're here and I want to show them because they're cool.
Keep going, I'll find it.
Okay. Well, the three of them run up. You do see one is a small tiefling boy carrying a bow with wooden arrows. The other is a little bit taller, dark-haired girl. She has a wooden sword strapped to her back, and the third is a short, kind of stout, another human child, but they look at you, and the girl who seems to be the eldest, she glances back the way they came, and then she starts making a series of hand gestures, and you notice that the small tiefling child in front turns back and starts watching her very closely before he begins to speak, and he says, "She says it's alive."
Okay, where is it?
She starts making hand gestures again, and the tiefling boy looks back, studying the signals, and then looks back to you and says, "She dropped it. We don't want anything to do with it. We're getting out of here."
Where did she drop it?
And she points back the way she came.
She dropped it this way. I'll tell everybody else.
Dropped what exactly?
The stone we've been chasing.
Ah, delightful. Well, off you go.
And three of them,
I'll head in the direction that she pointed, I guess.
yeah, three of them quickly dart back the way you all went. That's the same picture.
Keep going, I said I was looking for it.
Okay, that's fine.
There is another one for the summer if you're okay with that being shown. This one here. Once it decides to work because Roll20 is being dumb.
I will show that one when that scene comes up.
Okay. Then we'll hold off on that.
When and if.
Are there... I should either have light, or
I have
if there's
light,
no
I
light.
think, because of our narrow passageway.
Yeah, it's...
No, but there should be light on me because I have light. From...
No, it's currently on me, I believe.
Yeah, it's on me.
Oh.
It's on me and Shane.
Do you strike a torch, or are you good as you are?
We have 2 sources of magical light. We're not
Yeah.
setting fire to things in here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for the stone.
All right. You don't see anything in this room. And at the rate those children were running at, and how sound tends to echo down here, you don't think it's. You think it's probably a little bit further back.
Can I try and open this door and just kind of have a peek into it, into this room?
Sure. Let me check that one. Alright. Are you just swinging it open?
I'd rather try and quietly crack it open so I can have a peek.
Alright. So, swinging this door open, the room appears to be empty.
The room appears to be empty. Keep going.
We're already like
So let's
walking
check out
away
the.
from there.
Alright. So when you enter this room, you see. Make sure I've got the right one. Yep. This room's filled with a number of rubble. It does space out into 2 smaller rooms. The air is very heavy with dust, and the floor is just covered in refuse, rat droppings, some rubble. There is also, in like off to near one of the sides, right here is a rocking chair. Seems a bit more intact.
Do I see any sign of the stone amidst the rubble in here?
Make a perception check.
I know how well that did the last time I did one.
As we're all kind of working towards a common goal, could I try and assist her?
Yeah, 14's enough. You see a small ovoid object that can fit in the palm of your hand, sitting underneath the rocking chair there.
Oh, there it is, under the rocking chair. I'll start heading towards it to pick it up.
Just quickly, can I try and flash the eyes of the grave? It's the only resources I have left, so I want to try and do something.
So flashing the eyes of the grave, you don't see any undead.
Looks safe to me.
I'm going to use my staff to kind of use it as like a pole arm to like scoop it back towards me so I don't have to crawl under this rocking chair.
Alright. So the rocking chair is back here.
How far back? I didn't see a ping.
Right here. Okay, so Paul's there. So you start reaching under the rocking chair with your staff, trying to knock it closer to you. As you do, this rocking chair, an eye opens up and then another, and then another, and then another. And
This chair has eyes.
it has eyes. Where are you, old friend? There we are. So, I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative, and this is getting a surprise attack. Layer. There, got it. Okay. Everybody rolled. Good, good. Descending. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
So you take 6 bludgeoning damage, and you are adhered to, like as the one of the armrests of this rocking chair just kind of like unravels and whips out at you. It sticks to you, so you are considered grappled. So it'd help if I was on the right layer. And then, Elizabeth, it's your turn. You see this chair open its eyes, and one of the arms lash out and stick to line. And then you see the seat of the chair start to part as a mouthful of teeth shows.
That I am already injured. I kind of think this is something I don't want to be a part of.
So run
Gonna
away.
shift back here into cover and then start the Sacred Flame spam.
Oh yeah. This rocking chair has great dexterity. It apparently does. You see
I
the
mean, it
rocking
needs
chair
to be
just
able to
go like,
rock.
yeah, you see the rocking chair like rock backwards really quick as this this eruption of that kind of like ghastly green mist flares up, and one of the eye, or actually a couple of the eyes, go in your direction. But seeing as it has line grappled, he tries biting her with the 21.
Yep, that'll hit.
4 piercing and 5 acid. And Lime, it's your turn.
I'm gonna whomp him with my spear.
Okie dokie.
It's a 7, it's not gonna hit. I'm going to use a key point.
I don't think you're at disadvantage, so it'd be a 10, but that still doesn't.
I am poisoned.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to use a key point and do my flurry of blows. So I'm going to do one punch, and then I'm going to use my other one to heal.
Gotcha.
So it's a 17 to hit, and the second one doesn't count. That's just how much health I get.
Yep, 17 does hit.
So it's like...
So 7.
Alright. So you whack this thing as it snaps at you. And you feel like, even though it has this like very wood textured surface, you feel it give. And there's like a bit of a sucking sound as you withdraw your fist, and there's like a small dent and just kind of like vanishes. Anything else?
Nope, that's all I can do.
Medley, you're up. Your friend's getting ate by a chair.
Yeah, she seems to like it. Just sit on it. She is going to. Since Elizabeth hasn't really gone up yet, she's gonna come out over here, and she's gonna give her the old good game whap to the backside for a cure. There you go, top off 6. And then I will also put inspiration on Eleanor.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Eleanor, you hear some scuffling in the distance. You see a chair eating your friend. As you walk in the room, a couple of the eyes on this chair go whoop whoop, stare at you.
Well, as I currently have, actually no, as I have 2 levels of exhaustion, I can only move that far. I will cast Frostbite.
Constitution
Mhm.
save.
Yeah.
19.
Okay.
Wow. I don't usually roll this good. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
Alrighty. Elizabeth!
Yeah, I really should have kept that heavy crossbow that I stole from someone, but more sacred flame. Actually, I'll. Oh, you've already done it, so.
Yeah,
Oh well.
sorry.
I was tossing up between that and the help action, but I'm not really a fan of the help action, so yeah, more sacred flame.
I see it used very rarely, but when it's used, it's pretty clutch. Alright, it still has line grappled, so it's going to continue to nom on here. The mouth seems to like disappear where it was at, and then a mouth like further up on like the like backboard of where it was just kind of like leans forward and snaps. With an 18.
18's gonna hit.
7 piercing and 8 acid. Lime. This thing really seems to like you.
I am. One. Do I take my healing potion or do I womp him?
You got 3 people who can heal you. Just beat it to death.
Alright. I am going to womp him again with my staff.
Alright, make your attack.
16
16 hits. 5 damage.
for 5. And then I'm going to use a key point to do another double womp.
Alright, go for it.
Nope.
Oh,
2 9s.
it would have been nice. But no, both of those miss. Medley!
Seeing the way things are going, this thing being very dodge happy, I'm going to use the bardic inspiration for this archetype. Basically, when it has to make a save, it'll use my inspiration and subtract that much.
Cool. Alrighty.
And then I'm gonna smack Lime in the ass again and tell her to heal up. And I'm just gonna upcast this one to 2nd level. second level slot. There you go, 15.
15. You reverse the damage that just happened. Eleanor.
Let's see. No. Guess I'll just do frostbite again.
Constitution. It fails.
There we go.
And disadvantage on the next weapon attack. So that's 5. Is that frost damage?
Yes.
Okay. Boop. So, you throw out your hand and fling this bit of frost at this mimic, as part of it starts to like freeze, and that kind of like molding, shape-shifting form just like goes solid again, with some frost sticking out of it before it starts to crack and break and move again. Would you like to use any of your movement or anything?
Just get a little closer.
Okie dokie. Elizabeth?
Seeing that Lime still kind of needs help, she's going to.
I just gave you a
Throw
chance
up.
to do saves.
Yeah, I know.
Big nerd.
Still gonna do. She's gonna cast Sacred Flame naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Then she's gonna just run 20 feet into a flanking position to try and help.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, good little kid.
Hey.
Come on, roll 20. Piece of shit.
Just all the seasons.
Yeah, I just found all of them. Except for the winter one, because it doesn't really apply. It's just them having a snowball fight.
It's just having a snowball fight.
That is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, but that one's for Mad Mage, so it doesn't count.
Fucking Squidly. Alright, Alright, it fails. So, 6 damage as this flame erupts on it, slowed down a bit by that, Okay. Damage is 6. Okay. That looked unpleasant. It doesn't look happy about that. Several more of the eyes go in your direction.
Yes, I'm
else?
feeling good about this move. And that's all I can do.
Alright. The other arm is going to... the other arm of this chair is going to lash out at you for an 18. Does that hit Elizabeth?
Yes, it sure does.
Okay. You are also grappled as it sticks to you, and now this chair is like stretched out in 2 opposite directions. Your movement becomes 0 and you cannot escape. Well, you can escape, but it's an action. That is also its action. Lime, you're up.
womp him again.
Go for it. You're not at disadvantage this time, as it is distracted. Not that
Do I
you
take the
needed
natural
it.
20 or do I take the natural 20?
So go ahead and roll damage. 12. Oof.
I did not roll well on my damage.
It still hurt quite a bit.
Then I'm gonna punch him again.
Go for it.
Nope.
7 misses. About half the eyes look back to you, so it's like looking in two opposite directions.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Awesome, awesome. Medley, you're up.
I will viciously mock him and say, "Hey, ugly, why don't you sit on it?" Wow, decent vicious mockery damage.
Subtle enchantment. It's a creature you can see within range. The target can hear you, though it need not understand. Okay.
It knows it's been insulted.
I'll roll your d6 now.
Man, that was worth a shot.
It was. About one of the eyes goes in your direction. But it still seems pretty focused on these two. Eleanor.
Huh.
Would you like to get closer?
Oh. I would not, because this thing is gross. And I already feel super sick, because I think I'm also poisoned. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure
Everybody
everybody
is.
but me is poisoned.
Yeah. So, I'm going to stay far away. Do I need to see if this is necrotic? Okay. She's going to point her hand out towards it and let another little creepy ghost hand come out of hers to do chill touch.
Alright. Even with disadvantage, you hit.
So 2 necrotic.
2 necrotic. One of the eyes also looks to you now, as it is surrounded and having to deal with all of you at once.
I look somewhere else, so I'm gonna poke those eyes out.
Elizabeth, there's a sticky armchair clinging to you.
There sure is, but that doesn't hinder my ability to, spam Sacred Flame, I believe.
Okay.
God, this fucking piece of shit.
It rocks out of the way again. Hey, it's his turn. And about half the eyes are split between you and Lime, like it's trying to decide which one to try and deal with first, because both of you hit it pretty decently. You're healing though. It's gonna snap at you. You know what grappling does give it? Advantage. So
Which of you?
To Elizabeth. 9 piercing,
Okay.
3 acid.
Yeah, Elizabeth goes down. Now at -3.
Alright, so you fall unconscious and you're still stuck to it, and it kind of like tugs you in and tugs one of its meals in. And then all the eyes go back onto Lime. You're still kind of there. But that's its turn. Lime, you're up.
I'm gonna womp him again.
Go for it.
This sticky is not fun. 16.
Does hit.
I'm gonna punch him 2 for a 20. 14 altogether.
Wow. So you start beating down on this thing. Its form, as you keep like throwing like dents into its form, it's like becoming distorted and everything. It doesn't look in the best of shapes. It's taking longer and longer for it to readjust. Medley.
I'm going to fire my crossbow.
That hits.
Big damage, max damage.
Alright, so you fire the crossbow, and as it's focused on Lime with Elizabeth, kind of like getting wrapped up in its sticky pseudopod, this bolt flies towards it, and we see like the camera like fly at it, and then all the eyes like at the last second like focus in on this arrow, become like completely cross-eyed as it goes straight through it, and there's a out the back of this rocking chair, and then it starts to dissolve.
Threat neutralized. You are welcome.
And you two are no longer grappled, but it is still sticky and clinging to you. Eleanor, what would you like to do?
And we'll go over to unconscious Elizabeth and give her a heal boop.
You're at half speed, right?
Oh, it's
Do you want to dash?
If I do, I can't heal her this turn, so.
That's true.
Deck save to power slide.
I'm not Sylvanas. I'm not dumb enough to do that this close to melee. I will just cast Healing Word then
Alright.
for my bonus action. Max heal.
Oh damn, that wisdom bonus is tasty.
Nice. Alright, Elizabeth, you wake up. There's still like there's a limp pseudopod like stuck to you, but when you look next to you, you see that this mimic is beginning to dissolve.
Yeah, she's gonna cough and sputter and like push herself back up against the wall and use it to push herself to her feet, complaining about disgusting liquids and piece of shit and
You
various
have
other profanities.
You have had worse inside of you. This is not so bad.
I don't recall that. Neither occurrence sounds remotely exciting. Anyhow,
I'm gonna pick up the stone if it.
Alright. You have to like sift through this like sticky goopiness, and your hands are very sticky from digging through it, but you're able to pull the stone out.
Oh, this thing had better be worth it.
alright, job done. Let's get out of here. Take a break.
Maybe we should find another way out instead of going out the way we came.
Where did the children go?
Shit.
Children.
I'll stick the thing in my pocket.
Okay.
Well, fine. That's... I'll be completely useless in any other fights, so
We should not
you can
fight
lead the way.
anymore today until you have all had a proper bath.
I don't remember the last time I had a proper bath.
We should get
It
started
looks down this
immediately then.
hallway. Oh, wait. Is this a hallway?
Which direction are you going?
Right here.
Those,
Are those stairs?
Yeah, those stairs lead down to. This is a sunken cellar. There is. Okay, that's good to know. There's a crumbling stone staircase on the south wall, and an iron door on the east wall. So iron door here, crumbling stone staircase there.
Alright, I don't think that's a way out.
The crumbling
I
stone
see walls.
staircase. The stairs do lead up.
Do we want to just follow the sewer in the other direction and find another way out?
Cellars are commonly built beneath buildings. Buildings are usually on the surface. It might be a way back.
This is true.
I will check up the stairs then.
Alright.
For a way out.
So, going up the stairs, you find that there is, there's one of those, like, slanted doors that are, like, that are boarded shut. It does have, like, a sliding lock on it.
Elizabeth, can you open this?
I can certainly try, but it does look heavy. Elizabeth will try and first have a crack at it with her lockpicks, if that's doable.
Yeah, sure.
Otherwise, just try and force the thing open.
Give it a shot. Are you poisoned, by the way?
Probably. I can't remember.
I'm pretty
Yes,
sure
we all are, except for.
Okay.
everyone but me, because I can't be
Mhm.
poisoned.
Hey, not bad.
Hey,
I don't have
with
a
the 20,
soul.
that is enough. So you start working on this this sliding lock. As you do, you're able to unwedge a rusty bolt, and it starts to slide with a very, very noisy. But you manage to get it open. I also need everybody to make another Constitution save,
Except for me.
except for you. Elizabeth, you're fine. Eleanor, you're fine. Lime, you're also fine. So you don't get any sicker.
Elizabeth will just push open the door. Got it! She'll whisper back, and then she'll kind of try and tiptoe inside.
Yep. So opening this door, you see that it leads out. It opens up into the alley of just behind a boarded-up tenement.
Well, that's delightful.
But we might be able to sneak out of there, yes?
We can
We can-
try.
Certainly try.
We will sneak out. Close the door behind us.
All right.
And I guess sneak back to,
All Alright, so if you're sneaking, I need stealth checks.
Sneak mode.
How much time has passed between when we got into the sewer and now? Like, roughly.
15 minutes to half an hour.
Okay, well, good. Then my pass without a trace is still going, because I haven't lost concentration yet.
Woo.
Ooh.
31. And the
Nice.
stealthiest robot.
18, yeah.
Okay. Did you get hit at all in combat, by the way?
No.
Okay.
That was why I was staying away from everything. I was like, I'm not going to get hit and break concentration on this yet.
So you all are able to make it back to the hospital. And as you draw closer, your barking box goes, "Oof, oof, 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 oof,
I
oof,
remember
oof,
setting
oof."
it to Little Dog.
Oh, to little dog, then it goes,
No,
yep,
that was
yep,
Medley.
yep, 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 yep,
Much better. This is a much more acceptable sound of alarm.
yep, 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 yep.
I'll use the code word to shut it up.
It stops.
I think there is one. I don't know.
I like that it's to shut it up, not to make it stop. That's just the reaction of the little dogs. It's like, just gotta shut it up.
There was a button on it. You're able to like tap the button and turn it off, and it just does that same high pitched yipping constantly. But hey, you're all back at the hospital. What would you all like to do?
Elizabeth just collapses on the closest couch, expecting someone else to fucking shut off the silly dog thing.
Cool.
Eleanor is going to take a bath and go to bed. She is super exhausted.
How about the other two?
Yeah, I'm gonna at least take a short rest for sure.
You
Alright.
need a
What time of day is it?
It is. Let's see. It was pushing into the evening when you all did this, so it is dark now.
Oh, okay, then probably good sleep.
Okay. Would you like to do anything with that stone you found?
Not tonight.
You're just gonna hold on.
It'll
to
just stay in my pocket
All right.
for the time being.
After about
I'll deal with it in the morning.
after about half an hour, you hear in your head, "Well, hello."
Not now. I'm trying to sleep.
Silly mortals. You just picked me up. We should get to know each other.
In the morning. I will get to know you in the morning, voice in my head. I say this out loud.
What voice? I do not hear anything.
I just said it was in my head.
Yes, but
Happens all the time. I hate it.
Medley appears in your head. I can also be in your head. There is no one else here.
Gosh, high without the drugs.
Well, hand me to the robot then.
Here, it wants you. I'll toss it to her and go back to sleep.
Hello, this is Medley speaking. How may I help you?
Hello, this is Galore speaking.
Processing. I do not recognize this name. State your purpose, Galore.
My purpose is to learn.
Curious. My purpose is to learn.
Interesting.
Quite.
I think we would be friends.
Acceptable.
Fantastic. Now concentrate on me for a little while.
She focuses really hard on it.
Alright. And as you do, you attune.
Alright.
Stone of Galore. Oh, I guess I should add some properties to it.
Lime didn't want to hang out with that. Look at it. It looks like a great time.
Right?
I'm a fantastic
All those
person to
eyes.
hang out with. Yeah, and once you attune to it, the eyes like move and like arch, like as it's talking.
Oh, that's weird.
Live has enough voices in her head. She doesn't need another one.
Oh, I also need you to make a wisdom save.
Hold on. Medley. What kind of thingy is this? I think I might have some robot defenses.
Excuse me.
Let me double check before I make you reveal anything. Let's see. Warforge.
It is not a specific.
I may not have anything to keep stuff out of my head. Poisons. Don't need to sleep. No, nothing for mental. You can also learn detect. I can learn detect thoughts. Or I do know detect thoughts now that they updated that feat. Cool. Wisdom save. I'm so good at this. Ha, 5.
5? Okay.
5.
Good to know for later.
Isn't it though?
Yes.
Isn't?
Yes. So, do you have any questions? Would you like to exchange knowledge?
Why are you moving? You're a rock.
I am ancient.
Ancient rocks don't move.
I am a special ancient rock. I existed long before many of the gods.
But not all of the gods?
No, some of them are as old as I am.
Curious. And she's having this conversation standing next to Lime. And she is not being quiet. Tell me, Galore. What gods are you not older than?
Is this some information you wish to trade?
Oh. Friends don't trade. They share openly. And I'm going to try and convince it to just tell me. That would be a... What was it? Did it give me a 10?
Yeah, it would be a 10, so... So 16.
Silver tongue, yeah, it's no lower than 10, so 16. Yeah, so it's a 16 instead of a 12.
Well, for friends, you should also share some knowledge.
Very well.
The eyes stare at you expectantly.
Oh, you meant right now.
I am excited to learn.
Very well. Lime is currently addicted to 47 different substances.
Wonderful, can you list them off to me?
She does.
And he starts asking you details, like excitably details on all of these substances. So
She gets to the first one and says, but this information was meant to be exchanged. You
And
cannot
it shall.
request additional information without providing your own.
Very well. Some of the gods that are as old as I am, as ancient, many of their names are not the same anymore. And, wonderful. Let me pull up a list of gods now.
During this conversation, Lime rolls off the makeshift bed and just like drags herself over to her shroom patch to try and sleep in peace.
There we go.
Add another dose of poisoning.
Yeah, so he'll give you some conversation and say he'll tell you about the eldest of various gods, like Coralon among the Elven Pantheon, or I believe it's Azuth, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Azuth is another really old one. I'll tell you about a pair of great serpentine gods that once created what's it called?
Yin Yang.
Kind of like a yin yang, but
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros, yeah, dual Ouroboros. When they were trying to decide the center of the universe, and he'll very adamantly also tell you that that gods are not to be trusted.
Says a magic rock.
The gods are terrible beings. They throw around their power and kick other entities like me out of my home. How would you feel if you were kicked out of your home?
I do not have a home.
That's terrible. Would you like a home?
Yes. Yes, I would. Weren't expecting that, were you?
I heard some scratching. Sorry. I think it's just your friend.
She is a light sleeper.
Well, if you are interested in a home, why not take one for yourself?
Very well. I walk over to the mushroom patch and I drag Lime out of it and sit down in the mushroom patch. This is mine now.
Wonderful. You are now at home. Good job. I commend you.
Indeed. What is your purpose, Stone?
My purpose? Well, I am here to gather knowledge, learn, and perhaps I too can retake my home.
Where is your home, Stone?
Well, I existed eons before this era. My home technically no longer exists.
How can you reclaim that which no longer exists?
By making it exist again.
I see. Very well.
Someday I shall march on the outer plains and reclaim what was once mine.
I see. Together we shall bathe in the blood of the organics.
Indeed. But for the time being, I exist to learn and to transfer knowledge, to trade it, to share knowledge with mortals and entities such as yourself.
I see. Very well. This has been a worthwhile venture.
I'm glad you think so. There are many who seek my abilities.
Such as?
Why, I can learn about any possession that you have. Well, anything that is ancient enough.
I see. Tell me about this one, and she gestures to Lime.
This one is not ancient enough.
But she is a possession.
I see. Well, and the eyes all narrow and focus on Lime as she sleeps. I see. She is quite adept in martial arts, and oh, how very interesting. What changed with your character, by the way?
Not a lot. I just don't have proficiency or resistances to the poison stuff.
Oh, that would have been so useful last session.
Yeah. Yeah, they took out like even like my poison cloud that I would have gotten.
Yeah. My
Um,
telekinetic abilities. Quite nimble. Telekinetic abilities are great.
Don't forget flexible.
I see she is indeed flexible. And quite brave. So, I don't really sleep.
Neither do I.
Wonderful. Let's continue talking all night.
Very well.
And you do. So, as you continue to talk, eventually there is a knock on your door in the middle of the night. And a more assistant knock.
I will go see who that is. You stay here, friend, and I will set the Stone of Galore on Lime's head.
Yeah, Elizabeth sure as shit sleeps through it.
Yep. The eyes like all look down at Lime. And Lime, you hear, "Hello!" from this really talkative entity. Alright, so you go to check the door.
Greetings.
And at the door, when you open the door, you see that Saith and Cromley are standing at the entrance. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
I'm so good at these. 19.
With a 19, where's Cromley?
Yes, quite.
Saith, Cromley, and...
Barnabas Blastwind.
That's right, I'm looking in the wrong area. Barnabas Blastwind. Indeed. There we go. You also see that there are a number of guards just standing back patiently. But they both look to you and says, Medley it was, I believe.
Correct. Very astute of you.
Yes, we are under a priority investigation. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask for you and your friends to join us down at the station.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
I am afraid we must insist. Quite. You'll have to come.
We can answer your questions here. It is quite late in the evening and the organics need to rest.
I am afraid, as much as I would very much enjoy being in bed at the moment, that this
We could
does
make
require
that
attention.
arrangement if you wish, saith Cromley. You know you are a frequent visitor to the other tavern nearby. Spirit Tap. That was the name that escaped me.
Yeah. So, what exactly are you trying to...
Trying to just get them to talk here, so
Oh.
I don't have to wake the others up. That was more just to like we could talk here. He's like, I'd rather be in bed too. We're like, we know you like the whores at the Spirit Tap.
Okay.
But that was
Yeah.
just kind of that like gentle jab
Yeah,
in
okay,
front
I got
of
it.
his other guardsman and partner.
But they both shake their head and like, I'm afraid this is not really negotiable. You need to...
Not really means that it could potentially be, though.
It is not negotiable.
Very well. I will follow you. My compatriots should rest. They have been through an ordeal in the sewers today.
They have all been seen where you have. Yes, that's right. We need to question all of them.
Very well. And she'll tilt her head back and just very loudly use prestidigitation to make it sound like a megaphone.
Uh-huh.
Everyone, wake up. You are needed in the main foyer. and then all of a sudden you just hear.
From about 15 feet away, Elizabeth, sleeping on the couch, grabs her fucking holy symbol. Medley, shut the fuck up! Using thaumaturgy to make her voice boom as well.
It is quite late in the evening. You do not need to yell. Please.
Elizabeth will just roll over.
Gather the others. It would seem that the town guard is here to arrest you all.
Hearing that, Elizabeth will spring up. Fucking what? Not again. I'll go get them.
Again?
Again.
Again. I'll go down to wake Lime up and probably take the Stone of Galore.
Okay.
And she will tuck the Stone of Galore away somewhere hidden. Most likely her prison pocket. She doesn't have one of those. She's a robot.
Never put that thing on my head again. I couldn't get up. It was holding me down to the ground.
Stealth, you say? Stealth,
yes.
you say.
Or sleight of hand, whichever you prefer.
Frost, does your pass without a trace happen to still exist? It probably would be sleight of hand because it's being sneaky.
Cool.
What? 22. I'll take a 22.
Nice.
But I conceal it in a Warforged compartment.
In a Warforged compartment.
Oh, I should add the other characters here too. It would be fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So they are going to walk you to the courthouse where they have some cells. But as you all step outside, you see that there is a contingent of guardsmen out there. Make sure I got this map right. It looks all weird. Oh, okay. 9 and 7. Okay. Awesome. So they're going to, and you know what? I don't think it needs these. So I'm going to remove them from the dynamic lighting because it's just silly. Because you can see through them just fine. But as you make your way to the courthouse, you are led down into the back, and you are escorted and indeed incarcerated for the time being.
Wait, they didn't even take us through the front door?
They are ashamed of us. They only wish to take your back door.
But Saith and Crowley, as they lead you there, they'll say, it's been a exciting evening. We will have the magistrate speak with you shortly. In the meantime, we are finishing up with the last of our witnesses. We'll be back in a few minutes. And they close the doors there, and across the way, you do see that. I'm gonna throw her in here just because it's funny. Where is she? Istrid, the dwarf you had called out, being a Zentarum, is also in one of the cells. She's just asleep. Actually, let me move you all over. Whee! notice that as you're being brought into, there are a lot more guards than usual. Something happens today. Oh.
How much sleep did we get before these guys came a knocking?
I will allow you to have a short rest, which will get rid of your exhaustion that happened during the rooftop chase, not the poison.
Oh, are we able to use hit dice on that?
You will not use hit dice.
Sick.
So, for those of you who got poisoned while you were down in the sewers, that is a disease. So you are still ill. Now,
Show off.
Mhm.
oh, wonderful. Yeah, just for reference, there was a sergeant, 11 constables, 12 veterans.
We could have took them.
Yeah, there are a lot of people there to take you in. Do you surrender your weapons?
Do they ask
Once
for
they
them?
can find.
They do.
Yeah, Eleanor would just hand over the quarterstaff and shield.
Do you surrender your So they will ask for your weapons and your spell components.
I hand over my mandate.
All right.
It's not very nice to ask a holy woman of her holy symbol, but I shall comply. Not that I can fucking use it at the moment anyway.
I'll give him my quarterstaff
Okay.
and my handful of darts.
Is there anything you all want to try to hide?
No.
Already hidden.
Okay.
I have no
So-
other.
Yeah, you don't have to take this off your sheet. Just keep note that you do not have them at the moment. So until their trial.
As I'm fumbling through my pack for my darts, I'll kind of pull out my Harper pin badge or whatever that thing he gave me.
Mm-hmm.
The bird thing with I don't even remember what it even looks like.
It's a harp.
Oh, it's a harp. Okay.
You're talking
I don't know
about
why I
you're
was
talking
thinking
about the
of it.
badge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a harp. It's like a harp at a crescent moon or something.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I also set my Harper pin down and just be like, well, we certainly are not as guilty as you make us out to be.
I truly hope that is the case. Would you like would you like us to reach out to any contacts or friends of yours that might be able to corroborate your innocence?
Yes, the entire staff of the Spirit Tap, especially your favorite, Calindria.
Can you give me their tokens?
Probably?
Before I say yes, what exactly are we in for? How serious is this?
You see Saith take out his notebook and starts reading off of it. I'm glad I had filled this out.
Mostly jaywalking.
Yeah. Let's see. Assaulting an official, and then Barnabas says, punishable by flogging, imprisonment up to a 10-day, and a fine of 500 gold. And then Saith says, arson, and Barnabas says, punishable by death, hard labor up to a year, and fines covering the damages of cost of repairs plus 2,000 gold.
Does the punishment go in that
How can you serve hard labor if you're dead?
Yes, necromancy is very frowned upon in this city.
It is death or hard labor.
Well, that makes much more sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my silent speech to Elizabeth. What official did we attack?
I don't know.
Then he continues down the list. Brandishing weapons without due cause, and Barnabas says imprisonment up to a 10-day and a fine of not to 10 gold pieces. Safe. Damaging property and livestock. Damages covering the cost of repairs and replacement plus 500 gold. Disturbing the peace. Fine up to 25 gold and an edict. Possible death of a citizen, assuming they don't make it. With justification is either exile up to 5 years or hard labor up to 3 years and damages up to 100 gold pieces to the victim's kin. And that's what we have so far.
So far.
I barely remember any of that, but alas, could you send word to Savra Bellabranta for me? She's my legal assistant.
Is that a deception check? Do you?
I mean, somewhere between the exhaustion, all the booze, and
I mean,
likely the drugs, she probably doesn't remember.
I'll use their excuses for Medley to say, you must have us mistaken for another halfling in a mask, tiny warforged, and 2 other women of organic descent. You are definitely mistaken, and I will try to lie to them.
Okay.
God bless it. So it's 15.
They kind of like. Well, you'll be able to give your. You'll be able to have a hearing shortly, and the 2 of them.
But I can hear now.
You can get a hold of Moy, and what's his name? That Never Ember guy, Raynor.
Never Ember.
Rainier.
All right. So what I'm hearing is Rainier. Rainier. I'm hearing. Who else did y'all ask for?
Wait.
Wait. And
Savra Bellabranta, please.
Savra Bellabranta.
She doesn't have a token.
Well, that checks out, given how lazy this campaign is on making tokens.
Okay. Well, I remember what she is, so I can at least pull up.
Just pick the most inappropriate generic token and just be like, "This is."
Yeah, right. I think this
like a male
would
dwarf
work.
with a
Gold dragon. That's
Gold
weird.
dragon. Let's see. Here. That is an appropriate token. She doesn't have a beard. Whatever.
What are you trying to imply? They can't have beards?
I can tell you that she does not. And it drives me crazy that they have artwork for them, but not tokens for them. Alright, So, yeah, I don't really have tokens for the spirit tap group.
I'm working on it. You already asked me to do it.
Okay, sorry. I apologize.
There's the most important one.
The most important. Alright, so. You all sit and you wait for a little bit, and Medley, you hear, what's going on?
Help, help, we're being repressed.
I can't see anything in here.
Oh, it's you. Hello.
Hello.
Just speak directly into the microphone.
Where are we?
Prison.
Interesting.
Not really.
Not from in here.
No. But you should be able to gather a lot of information. Possibly even on our execution.
Interesting.
Not
I will be
really.
observant. And after a little while, you do hear some clatter of booted footsteps as someone rounds the corner and kind of like looks back and forth and says, "Are you the folks from the hospital?
Who wants to know?
My name's Heist. I'm a friend. Look, I've been working against those. There's rumor that there were devils in the street. Were there devils in the street?
Yes. Several.
Okay. I've been working against them for a long time. I know what they're after. This is not good. The Magister's corrupt. I really suggest that I need to get you out of these cells, and I suggest you try fleeing the city before you're sentenced to death.
I hear Baldur's Gate is lovely this time of year.
Well, I can't sneak you out with your items, but I can get you out, and I can bring the items to you later if you wish.
Acceptable.
Right. Is there anything you'd like me to take for you?
Yes. This knife. And she produces the knife from her wrist.
And he takes the knife. Anything else?
No. Only a knife is what I did not remove when they questioned.
All right.
Although that is possibly an admission of guilt in smuggling a weapon. Disregard that.
Don't worry about it. All right. Cool. So that's the only thing you're offering?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have anything else. Why would I admit to anything else?
All right. So he starts taking out a set of keys, and he starts to quietly unlock your cells, and says, "Now wait a little bit, and give it about 5 minutes before you start to move. I'll see how many people I can clear out." And
By clear out? What do you mean by clear out?
Hopefully not murder.
It sounds like murder.
I am going to distract them. Just wait a moment.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
Because Lime would murder them. I mean, she wouldn't. She would.
She wouldn't, but she would.
Yes.
17.
All right. Where are you? You got a 17.
I got a 17.
Cool.
Excuse me.
Okay. So you watch and you study them. They seem hard to read. They seem concerned. Something's obviously concerning them. But beyond that, you're not sure. But he unlocks the doors and then tells you to wait 5 minutes before he turns around the corner and leaves.
I got a bad feeling about this, guys. Something just doesn't seem right.
It doesn't seem that suspicious, does it? He said
It does, but considering the crimes levied against us, I hardly think staying here is a reasonable idea.
That was a lot of gold that we would have to pay, and
If
you
you
all
were
might
found
be
guilty.
killed.
But you know, if he's planning on killing these people, we're gonna get blamed for it.
That is true. I hear El Terrell is lovely this time of year.
It's really not.
It's quite a hellhole.
You could say that. It's a little. It looks a little destroyed this time of year.
Doesn't that happen?
You know,
3 years
all of
from
the
now?
spring
Yeah, it's in
rain.
like 3 years, but yeah, it's still funny.
All that spring rain has turned it into a mud pit.
Mud pit.
I'd rather take my chances with the corrupt law than trust some frustrated guy. But if the rest of you want to go, we can go.
We will need to make a decision. We only had 5 minutes.
Eleanor, Elizabeth.
Eleanor says YOLO.
Did you just run out there?
Bye.
Was that
No.
Eleanor heading out or no? Okay.
No.
Well, you know, guys, we should really think on this, and it's break time. So
It is
why don't
break
we
time.
take 10 to get up, stretch, and think about our life choices and how we got here. Lime.
I love it. Oh, this is so much fun.
Hey, I do not remember assaulting an official. And I did not brandish a weapon unjustly. I was being attacked.
You brandished yourself. You are the weapon.
I mean, yes, but they don't need to know that.
Any hoodle. 10 minutes, y'all. Get up, stretch, enjoy your break. We'll be back.
See y'all shortly.
How was I supposed to know that firecrackers and acid don't mix well?
I mean, generally that seems like a fairly standard assumption.
Okay.
So, Frost, my man, how goes Shadowlands for you?
I don't like him.
Aye. Did you put much time into it?
Mm-hmm.
All week I've been saying, yeah, I'm gonna fucking go hard and get 60 in the first week. And then, after work I get home and I'm tired, so I just fucking sit on the couch and do nothing. So, yeah, I'm currently sitting at 55. I don't think I'm getting any fucking decent dungeons done this week.
Yeah, I'm just bored of it.
I'm getting that as
like
well.
Partway in Maldraxxus, and I'm like, I don't even feel like finishing this. Hey, lots of people are enjoying it, so good on them.
People are enjoying what?
Shadowlands.
What is that?
The new World of Warcraft expansion.
Mm.
I'm enjoying it. I just don't get enough time to play it.
Pretty much. I have a cute little bird thing named Charmy.
I forgot what mine was named. I left Bastion and just neglected them. They've probably died now from neglect.
Yeah, I'm sure as shit not picking them as my main covenant. The rogue ability it's good, but fuck is it annoying to use.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. We've decided we're going to burn down the prison from the inside.
We're apparently very good at arson.
Yep. I mean, we're gonna declare this a dire kangaroo court, and therefore it's a mistrial.
But yes, you all have a couple options. You can either attempt to escape, or you can go through this trial and talk your way through it.
I like my chances of talking, but they did unlock the gates.
And presumably they're up there murdering all those guards for us.
They said distract.
They meant murder.
Break into jail.
Mm-hmm. Whenever you're ready.
while a good old-fashioned breakout does generally please me, let's not forget that I still haven't actually had a night's rest, so I'm
That is true.
still
I think,
physically drained.
Yeah, some of you are still.
That might be enough or motivation to not break out. If you guys will physically die if we try anything silly.
And
I mean, I have a fighting chance. I get all of my resources back on a short rest.
I mean, I don't even have exhaustion or poison, so I don't know what the big deal is.
Yeah, the point is, like,
Well-
if you failed that success in the Constitution save in the sewers, you're considered diseased.
I mean, I don't.
No, I didn't fail either of mine.
Yeah, I don't.
I passed both of my Constitution checks.
I'm not worried because I don't get diseased.
Okay.
I'm a robot, remember? I'm fine.
No,
I am
yeah,
a
you're
robot.
fine.
And I've built quite the rapport with the Gauntlet. Hopefully they can get a few of these charges dropped to their minimum penalty. I'd like to think. But after all, assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups, so...
And the door, Medley has a point, the doors are already unlocked.
They are. It doesn't mean we should go for it, but it's an option. But it's an option we should think on because we're running out of time.
Well, Lime seems to be in a good fighting spirit. She could do the runner and start fighting our case from the outsider.
I think if one of us breaks out of jail, we all gotta break out of jail.
Yes, it's kind of a full commitment sort of deal. I think we stand a good chance talking it out.
Me too. We have a number of contacts who will be willing to give us witness statements. Rather, character references.
Yeah, Pretty Boy Prince owes us a favor. We saved his life.
Very well.
To be fair, we did drink his top shelf booze. That
He
might
offered
have counted as the favour.
They were a gift.
So y'all are deciding to stay?
Yes.
Alright.
I'm gonna close the door. Hey, Elizabeth, does your lock picking work in reverse?
I think we could just keep the cells shut.
Elizabeth just kind of like opens the cell slightly, then closes it and makes sure it clicks.
It's unlocked.
Yes.
Is the thing.
They were closing it so that it relocks. Usually cell doors auto
okay.
lock.
Done.
Okay.
We're staying. We don't want it to look like we tried to escape.
Alright. Yeah, you see
Yeah.
Hyastus like come back around the corner, then sees you close the doors, and he kind of like walks up and says, "What the hell are you doing?"
We have changed our mind. We will stay and try our luck.
They'll kill you.
Possibly.
Only one of our crimes put us on death row.
It doesn't matter what you did. The magistrate is corrupt.
How do we know you're not corrupt?
You don't.
Trying to break some people out of jail that you don't know.
I know of you, and if the word is correct that you were combating these devils, I have more information on them.
Why don't you come forward and offer us a character reference, if you know so highly of us?
There are other people that know that we were going after these doppels too.
What do you mean character reference?
come forward and say that we are the shining beacon of humanity and halflingism and robotism.
Warforged. Robot is offensive.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
not about to get myself killed.
By not breaking us out of prison?
I wasn't going to get involved. I was going to distract the guards, and you were going to slip out. But
I mean, aiding and
It's
abetting is also a punishable crime. You unlock the doors.
well, if you want to die, fine.
All men must die.
And he turns
Yes.
and starts.
Don't follow our example. Get out of here while you still can. I'm sure we'll be fine.
And if not, we'll be dead.
All right.
A big fuck off
What is
bottle
dead
of
will
wine
never
not
die.
survive.
Hitting you with 2 Game of Thrones references.
Interesting. Oh, fun. All right. All right. So you all are eventually brought back up to the courtroom itself. So I'm just gonna slide you all over. Whoop. Whoop. You see that Saith and Barnabas are both there. The Magister
There's
has
no lighting in that room, by the way.
no. That's weird. All right. Light. Boop. Set that there. Sight. Alright, that should be fine. Boop. There you go. Everyone can see now?
Yep.
Cool. Alright. So you see that there are a number of people there that you requested. You see Neverember, you see Moit, you see Spirit Tap, and you see Sabra. Sabra Bellaveranta. All seated, all waiting. It looks like a few of them are like talking among themselves, and from what you pick up, that there's already been testimony taken from most of them. And after a moment, the door right up here opens up, and a half elf in his 30s steps out and starts to make his way behind the desk, sits down, gives a yawn, looks through his papers and everything, looks over to you all, and then over to Saith and Barnabas, and kind of gestures for them to step forward. And you hear like one of the guards saying, "Presiding over the trial, Magister Umbero Zastro," and the half elf says, "Barnabas, Saith, if you two will, please." And so they step up, And Barnabas says, I would ask that you all allow this magic to come over you. It will allow you to speak the truth, thus giving credit to your claim. And so he's going to cast a spell on you. Do you all willingly fail?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I do not. I will try to resist.
Yep. I will need...
Wisdom?
I believe it's wisdom. I want to check to make sure.
Zone of truth, right?
It is zone of truth.
No, charisma saving throw.
No.
On their turn, so I don't have to do it yet. But when I try to lie.
Yeah.
I would fail anyways.
Alright. They will know whether each creature succeeds or fails.
Oh. That is true.
Looking at that description. But if you want to make the save, you may do so now.
No, you make the save when you try to lie.
Oh, alright. Well, then they will know when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, after casting that, the two of them step aside again. And the Magister kind of like looks through the pages and everything, and then looks out to all of you and says, now I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Please just reply with a yes or no. It says here that you all had attacked an official within a carriage, that they had fled after you had set it ablaze. Is this true? And he waits for an answer from each of you.
I did not attack a carriage, nor did I set it ablaze.
I never attacked a carriage nor set it on fire.
I did not attack an official.
He pauses at that and looks at the line. Did you set a carriage ablaze with an official inside?
I did set a carriage on fire.
With an official inside.
Oh, you said yes or no. Yes.
And then looks to Elizabeth. Oh, you see in the back there that half elf, the half drow woman with the big sword. She's got a little sweet-faced half-dragon Babu she's cradling, asleep. I just saw it, and I was like, oh, it's so cute, and I love them. Alright. Looks to the last of you to answer.
I did not attack an official nor set a carriage on fire.
Alright. You were in conflict. You had weapons out. You were throwing spells.
We were in conflict with devils that were running rampant across the streets. Technically, we were on official harbor business. Also, Order of the Gauntlet.
Was that official harbor business, or do you believe it was official?
All business is official harbor business. That is not a lie.
Okay.
It is our job to stick our noses where it does not belong. It is the Harper Creed.
Okay. But you admit to doing this out in the open amidst public during the festival.
We were not aware that there was a festival, only that we were trying to apprehend these devils that were running loose on your streets.
We also understand that you all had been part of an investigation into shoot, I forget their names. Not the Castle Lanterns, the Growlhounds. You were after a Nimblewright, is this correct?
That is correct. We assisted the town guard on numerous occasions, including saving the life of the noble Rainier Neverember and helping Saith and Cromley uncover an explosion plot orchestrated by the Growlhounds.
He looks
And
over
let's
to...
not forget attending to victims of the previous explosion that occurred outside our house.
They, this half-elf, they look to Neverember. You can corroborate this, and he kind of stands and says, "Yes, they did assist me, saved my life." The Magister nods and he takes a seat again. They look back to you and say, "Whatever happened to this Nimblewright?"
Per request of the Church of Gond, it has been removed from the public eye.
Did you destroy it?
Darn you and
It
your
destroyed itself.
Darn you and your specific questions.
What did you say, Lime?
I said it dismembered itself.
Clever. He looks to Lime again and says,
We brought proof to the Church of Gond in a severed arm showing that our task had been completed.
They look behind you towards, you are towing the line. You're getting real close.
We answered his question
You
and did not
did.
tell a lie.
And I love that you guys are being so careful about this. But they look behind you and towards Nimue and Kalindra and say, this explosion was right outside your establishment as well. You can confirm that they were accepted in and had gone after this Nimblewright. And Nimue gives a nod, and the half-drow in the back stands up, still cradling the sleeping baby, and she says, "If I may, Your Honor," and they look back towards her. They assisted me as well. They managed to extricate some explosive magic trinket from my son here, and the bush sitting next to her goes, "Wah!" And a couple branches lift in the air. And the Magister looks to her and says, "That's fine. Please have a seat." And she sits back down. But they look back to you and then say, "Well, you were on official business, you say.
Yes.
What exactly was this business?"
While technically it wasn't an official request of the Gauntlet, they will go out of their way to destroy evil whenever it shall surface. We were merely following that ideal.
Yeah, and behind you, you hear Salvador say, "This is true. If there were really devils in the street, they should not be here in our city." And Astro smashes the gavel on his desk and says, "That's all well and good, but that is not the concern here."
To answer your question, we were following a lead after our investigation of the Growlhunt Manor. We found a parcel that indicated that there were other nobles who were in league with the Growlhunts. Our investigations took us to a mausoleum within the City of the Dead, and it had led us towards the devils. We are still investigating the culprits involved before you all had apprehended us.
You came across devils. Anyone
Correct.
else?
Cultists.
Do you know who these cultists were?
They are dead.
Do you know who they were?
Did we get their names?
You did get their names.
We did get their names.
I recite their names.
You recite their names because I don't have them.
And-
either.
Mention the one that is still alive.
Ooh, do you know their name?
She was
The
apparently
chick-
named Vielle.
Take inspiration.
I already fucking have it though.
I'll take it.
You should have it too, or did you use your inspiration from
I
last week
think I
when we both
used
got
mine.
it? Oh.
Pretty sure I used mine. Yeah, I used mine.
Wait, terribly sorry. Vielle was a woman we saved that was apparently playing with said cultists.
Get rid of your
Injured
inspiration.
severely by said cultists.
She was the one who was playing at it. Yes. He looks to you and says, "Well, you were investigating them. Did you find anything?"
A number of dead and several devils.
Anything else? What they were after? What they were doing?
As far as I can tell, I was not leading the squad at the time, but they were seemingly making the cultists were seemingly making a bargain with the devils. A peculiar item. We tracked them down, but ultimately failed as one devil still remains within the city.
Can you repeat that last part?
We tracked them down, but were ultimately ultimately we failed as one devil escaped into the city.
Do you believe that to be truth? Was that your objective, or does Elizabeth see the objective as?
I don't really know what the stone is, and going off my previous,
Yeah, as far as
honorary,
Elizabeth is concerned, we were chasing devils.
yeah, going off my previous honorary member of the Gauntlet thing. Technically, yeah, I would be going off the idea that murdering those devils is our primary directive.
Okay. And he looks to the rest of you then and says, "What about the rest of you? Have you found anything that these cultists or devils were trying to do maliciously in the city?"
The cultists in the city? No.
And the devils?
The devil got away.
It should be mentioned that,
You said one of them
previously,
got away.
yes, 2 were slain by our hand. During their escape, they tried to flee into the carriage that was then set alight.
We have seems to go thoughtful for a minute. What is everyone's surface thoughts?
Something along the lines of "we're so fucked."
I'm too pretty to go to jail.
I'm too pretty to go to jail.
Medley has been talking to Galore this whole time, making fun of the judge's stupid haircut. bed.
Fantastic.
Pretty much anything you can imagine is on the surface.
It's been 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like
fucking shroom. But what about the powder? It's been an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, that shit's probably what she's freaking out about. Her potions that are still brewing back at home.
I left one of them on the Bunsen burner.
Yeah, that's probably what a lot of her surface thoughts are. Are like, oh, if I add this to that, maybe it'll. Don't think it'll come from her. Whatever.
I suppose furthermore to thinking that we're so fucked, Elizabeth would be just trying to play the night back in her head, just remembering the details about the devils and like all the fun jazz, trying to get her story as straight as she possibly can, despite exhaustion and alcohol.
Mm-hmm. You see the judge kind of like mulling this over. Medley, you do notice that Barnabas is giving you a strange look. And,
2 waves.
Yeah. What do you think he's thinking?
He seems to be detecting my surface thoughts. I'm going to.
How interesting.
I'm going to telepathically enter Barnabas's head. Good afternoon, Mr. Blastwind. You are staring. That is quite rude.
It is impressive that he has this magic. Do you think he can hear me, or is it just you?
Possibly just me, but maybe both. Who knows? If you are in my head, he might be hearing your surface thoughts. Are you hearing his surface thoughts as well, Barnabas?
When you say that, give me an insight check.
I will do so. 13.
That's enough. You say that to him, and he kind of like
head.
Yeah, in his head, and you see his gaze like shift back to, because you said can you hear his surface thoughts too? You see his gaze shift to towards the judge briefly, and then the guards, and then Mert and Neverember, like unsure of who you are.
Who is he?
Yeah. So you get the sense that no, he cannot hear Galore.
And she just raises an eyebrow. It would seem he cannot. This will be very interesting.
Indeed. You must think you're insane.
Would not be the first.
Would you like to be insane?
No, thank you.
Oh, that's boring. All right. But the Magister leans forward again and says, all right, well, do you all have anything else to add before I determine your sentence?
These proceedings would be a lot more lively if wine were served rather than water.
I'll take note of that. The rest of you?
No.
No.
All right. So, he looks over the documents then and looks at stuff that he's been scribbling down. He says, after a moment, well, it doesn't sound like you intentionally assaulted an official. You still did put them in harm's way nonetheless, along with some citizens, one of which is still in critical condition.
Several of which I saved personally.
I can fix that.
The camera pans over to some guy being treated in one of the temple. He's like, please no, not them. Anyone but them. But he looks over everything and says, let's see, put this here. You see him just like doing math in his head. All right. For the assault, unintentional as it was, let's say we'll bump it down to a flogging. Then for the arson, replacement for damages would be 2,000. Replacement would be about 2,100 gold.
It's a lot of gold for 2 horses and a carriage.
It is the cost of that plus 2,000.
What happens if we do not have the needed gold?
Could be hard labor for a year.
Out of character, do we even have that much gold, guys?
Yes. Yes.
Do we
Technically.
Know? Do we know?
Yes. Technically. Lime does have that much gold.
Elizabeth has 210 that she can throw towards that as well. Eleanor has nothing, as, you know.
She got robbed.
Yeah, she got robbed.
I give all my money to Lime, so...
After... Would either of you like to... Would anyone like to say or do anything?
I don't accept the flogging.
Man,
That
We'll
is
flog you later.
a significant gold cost. I'm sure dear Savra here would kindly suggest perhaps a lower penalty, as sure the destruction was unwarranted, but it was in the name of destroying evil. I
Indeed.
hope you'd see it in your heart to reduce it a little bit.
Acting on behalf of the Order of the Gauntlet and the Harpers should surely warrant reducing the sentence and fines.
Savra stands up and says, "That's right. I believe that'll be plenty." Savra stands up and says, I believe they were really trying to do good for the city and protect them." And Mert stands as well and says, "That's right. I believe that anybody who's part of the most secretive organization will undoubtedly get into trouble. But it is what they are trying to do to help the people of this city." And Umbero's Astro, he kind of looks between them and says, "Alright, very well. We can forego the flogging, and we can reduce the price down to 1,050 gold."
If I accept the flogging, can we reduce the gold to nothing?
No.
No, that's not really a punishment, is it?
would like the flogging anyway, please see Nimue. She waves.
It would require paying as well.
It's true it would.
Considering the alternatives, I think this is the best we'll be able to bargain for. Thus, I'm inclined to personally accept. What about my dear companions?
How much gold was it?
1,050.
So, as we say in Baldur's Gate, a shitload.
Hey, it's not 2,100, and you're not going to. You don't have to do hard labor for a year.
I hear Baldur's
not
Gate
death,
is lovely
so.
this time of year.
Baldur's Gate is amazing this time of year. There's a really nice bathhouse.
Listen, that bathhouse is immaculate right now.
Right now.
Yeah, my bad, guys.
Pay the man. Let's go home.
But yeah, they will escort you back to your place. You can mark off the gold from whatever pool you have it from, and they will release you. Good job on the zone of truth, everyone.
Hold on, I gotta do extra math.
So, weighing up against mortgage A
Right?
and to loan B.
It wasn't as bad as it could have been. It could have been the flogging. It could have been 3,735 gold, and it could have been imprisonment to a 10-day ×2, hard labor for 4 years, and an edict. Because of the
Plus
way,
or minus death.
yeah, plus or minus death. If you had given away the nimble right, it would have been an additional 200 gold in labor. If you had, I was throwing around the idea of having one of the people that you all tried to use magic to coerce showing up, but I decided against that because there's plenty on here. But you all did well enough that you kicked like the total of what could have been down significantly. That was fun. I'm impressed, guys. Good job.
That was a lot of money for Lime to part with.
Hey, you have an artifact, which they are still unaware of.
Yep.
Yeah. Because they asked about cultists, not orphans.
Did not mention the orphans.
They had no reason to suspect orphans. You never mentioned orphans. But you all make it back just fine. That was fantastic.
We do what we can.
Hey, Medley, does your thing know where to find all that gold? Or those dragons? Or that dragon?
Oh, yes. I suppose I should ask. Do you happen to know where the missing dragons are that were stolen by Lord Never Ember?
I do.
He does.
And he does?
See, I'm glad Dido asked that because I shouldn't ask that question.
The whole reason we went to find the stone was because the dead guy said it would lead us to the money.
It's true. He says he knows where it is. Please, could you tell me how to find it?
Of course.
Like right
Probably
now.
best that I was passed out when we learnt that information. That could have been
You're
very
holy.
tragic during the trial.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Well, I would like
Plausible
a secret as well.
deniability.
Very well.
Give me something juicy.
That is not Elizabeth's natural hair color.
Something
You bitch.
juicier.
How dare you?
You better start dodging, girl. Fucking us. No, I don't have any spells, never mind.
I do. Ice knife.
Do you cast Ice Knife?
No, I don't have it prepared.
Alright.
Get wrecked, nerd.
Interesting. May I see?
See what? What is he asking to see?
The natural
You said
hair
it
color.
wasn't her natural hair color.
Oh. Maybe later tonight.
I suppose I can't even hear this, never mind.
Oh, you could hear her. Medley's responses. She's talking out loud. Perhaps later tonight, the drapes and carpet are not matching.
Interesting.
Quite.
What else do you know about her?
She is often a whore. And a drunk.
Hey, that's the half-truth.
You are correct. It is only half a truth, or at least half a whore.
But what if it's half of both? Does it make a whole?
Yes?
Sometimes.
I can also tell you that I don't have anything else.
Oh. Do you know any plays?
Yes.
Can you recite one for me?
I recite the entire play that we saw.
I'm on it.
That you saw earlier.
Yeah, we saw earlier. I recited.
He is riveted by this. After
Oh, the opera that we went to?
Mhm.
Yeah. After about 3 hours, he's like, fantastic! Of course I can tell you where this is. Alright, let me think for a minute.
Apparently he recited it poorly.
Yeah, I didn't say I recited it well.
Yeah. But, yeah, now there's gonna be just like a very skewed retelling of this tale for the next person that finds the stone.
It's the bootleg audio version.
Alright, okay. Yes, I know this location. It is in a place called the Vault of Dragons. It is beneath an old tower in the Sea Ward. But you need 3 keys to open it.
Where can we find the keys?
The keys are... One beholder can I stalk. 1 bronze dragon scale. 1 shape changer.
Oh. Lime, did you keep any of the gazer when we fought them?
I think she sold them.
Damn it.
I did not sell all of them.
You didn't?
You didn't?
I did not sell all of them.
It's Beholder Kin I stock. Right? Beholder Kin.
It says beholder eye stalk, but
Oh.
beholderkin does work.
No. If it's Beholder, let's go kill a Beholder. I happen to know where one is underneath the
Sure,
sewers.
go for it.
Are you suggesting we kill Xanathar?
Yes.
Now, color me crazy. That's probably going to be really hard to do.
You'd be surprised.
Hey,
We steal his fish.
there's a dragon across the street.
Yeah, did we get a good look at that dragon child?
We need one
Oh
of your
my
daughter's
God.
scales over your dead bodies. Oh. Xanathar's CR isn't nearly as high as I thought it was.
Look, I can tolerate murder and all kinds of criminal activity, but I draw the line at child endangerment.
I wasn't
Saying
talking
we-
about
oh,
Boogie.
sweet.
I was talking about the big guy that I rode on his back to get to the boat.
I mean, we could
Oh,
have just
that's
asked.
fine.
We could have just asked for a baby scale. They fall off like teeth, right?
Do dragons molt like snakes?
I think they do.
Yeah.
Do half dragons molt like snakes?
Would anyone like to make me an Arcana check?
I am
Or an
curious. I am curious. I'll make an Arcana check. That's an 8. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Wow, 20.
Yeah,
Ooh.
That's a 1 because I still have
Alright.
disadvantage because of
He still
exhaustion.
He still has exhaustion.
You need to go to bed.
Just
You had a
me.
natural 20 and a natural 1.
I will reach both ends of the spectrum. God damn it.
I need to know who
didn't
still
you?
has exhaustion.
Yeah, I still have. I had 2. I was the only one with 2 levels of exhaustion, so I
Well,
only
you would
lost
be-
1.
Yeah, you would have lost one during the short rest. You're still at disadvantage for ability checks, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they have the 1.
Yeah. Was Elizabeth exhausted too? She was because she got poisoned.
I only got 1 hit of exhaustion, and
So
I
it
think that would have been
fallen off
cleared.
during the short rest.
Yeah. No, you lose the exhaustion from the rooftop chase during a short rest.
So they would have
Not
had
the
2
disease.
levels then.
Yeah. The disease one stays.
What was the DC on that poison? Because I think I succeeded 1. I don't think it'd be a disease just yet.
You're not poisoned anymore, but you're still diseased. So
Okay.
I do have the disease here, so like I see what it does. But you are at 1 level of exhaustion as long as you are diseased. Line though, yes, dragons do molt.
Yeah, see, they molt.
We molt apply.
They do that too.
But I have 1 left that I did not sell. So we need, what else do we need? A shape
Just a shape. Was it like a shapeshifter, shape change, or something like that?
So do we need to find one to like sacrifice?
I don't think we need to sacrifice them. Maybe just bring them with us.
Just
Elizabeth,
rub
you
them up
thought
against the door.
you drink a lot. You spend a lot of time at the Yawning Portal. You think you could get Bonnie to be our key?
Bonnie and I aren't necessarily friends.
We are.
I generally just sit at the
Hold your
bar,
hand.
so I have no need of a maid. Fucking maid, silly me. What's
Medley, do you think
the
you could
word
get Bonnie
for
to be a
the
key?
other thing?
Yes, in fact I do. I will talk to her.
Oh, good. I'll go see Darren then, and just get on the piss.
And not get us thrown out.
It's probably like early morning, late at night, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, y'all need to sleep.
Actually, that's a better idea. I'd appreciate having magical abilities for the 2nd day in a row.
When I go downstairs, I'm gonna write in chalk on the wall, Spirit Tap, Dragon Scale, if bronze. And just pass out.
And you all are able to complete a long rest, finally. All those, the three of you who are diseased, I need another Constitution roll. Constitution save.
I was not diseased. I passed all my Constitution saving throws.
Okay. For those of you who are diseased. All right. Elizabeth and Eleanor, you both managed to succeed. Your exhaustion goes away, and you fight off the disease.
Sweet. I don't have to spend second level spells on lesser restoration.
Haha, now you have turbo mummy rot.
Turbo mummy rot.
Well, I lost sound. One moment. There we go. Sorry about that. Alright. So, what's the plan?
Kill them all.
So we need the 3 keys, and then what do we do when we have the 3 keys?
What do we do once we have the 3 keys?
You take them to the door.
We will take them to the door. Where is the door located?
Beneath an old tower.
Beneath
And
the
he
old
gives you the
tower.
coordinates.
I have the coordinates ready.
Beep boop.
Okay. I'm guessing it'll probably be like late morning, early afternoon. I'll go over to the spirit tap to find a Rose or the Dragonborn, whose name I don't remember. Was it Rose?
It is Rose.
Okay.
And so you go in, and you do see that that Rose is indeed there, and the little half dragon baby is like flying her, or like following her and like holding onto her hair, as she's just like fluttering behind her, and she goes, "Rah! We have guests."
What color
The
is
door
it?
opens. She has bronze scales.
Oh, how old is she? How do you tell?
It's a she. But she's got little. Actually, I think I got. No, wrong one. Yeah. Oh, not here. That's all right. Whoop. 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 Get a little dragon baby there. But Rose like reaches up and like pulls her down, and she just kind of like clings to her. You also see that there's a few other patrons there as well, along with the usual barmaid who's there. I don't know if you ever got her. No, you did get her name at the start. Anna Stormshore. But Rose kind of like glances over and yawns. Sorry. She's 2.5.
You look tired. I hear children can be hard work.
You have no idea.
I could babysit for an hour. You can get a nice rest in.
I appreciate it, but I do have a trio of babysitters.
When you're this tired, you must not be very good babysitters.
I have 6 children.
Your vagina must really hurt.
Most
She
of them
does
are
date a
adopted.
dragon.
I have a weird question. Do you keep the scales after your little girl sheds, molts?
Well, we put them. She covers her. She covers her 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 baby's ears and says, "We put them under her pillow, and when she wakes in the morning, she finds that there is a bit of gold underneath."
So it's like losing teeth.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with them?
I keep them.
May we borrow a scale?
Why?
We need it for a opening ritual.
Am I going to get this scale back?
I can honestly tell you I do not know, but we will try our best.
And you hear that, and the little half-dragon girl like looks towards you all and says, "Give me something for my hoard." And Rose kind of like looks to her and says, "Don't be rude, darling." And then says, "Do you have anything that I may be able to add to her collection?"
If she says please.
Please. Right.
Good manners should always be rewarded. And I will take out...
Lime stuff is not suitable for children.
Lime stuff is not suitable for children.
No, you get the sense that Rose knows that, and that's why she's content with her own babysitters.
Medley will take out a street performer costume and hand it over.
She takes it. What does this performer costume look like?
A mime.
A mime? She puts...
No, strike that. It looks like one of the outfits, like the dude's painted in all silver woodwear, and it is a silver color with a complete with a derby hat that is also silver.
Cool. She goes, "Silver!" and then starts chewing on it to claim it as her own.
Yep.
And Rose kind of like looks at her and says, "Okay, she seems content." Yeah, sure. And you see her kind of like reach beneath her armor for a little bit and pulls up like a thread, and you see she's got a little tiny scale that has been fashioned into a necklace, and she holds it out to you. Before I set this in your hand, I very much would like to get this back.
As I said, I promise we will do our best to return it.
All right. And she will give you the scale.
I'll take it and tuck it away for safekeeping.
All right.
First key acquired, Galore.
Wonderful.
Second, technically, kind of, if it works.
Technically, second.
Rose kind of like arches an eyebrow but doesn't say anything.
We still have one key remaining.
We'll go back to the hospital.
You go back to the hospital.
Grab my jar with my last eye stalk in it.
She kind of like floats there. And your preserved juice.
Juices.
I guess I almost did sell all of them, though.
Glad
But I was like, I'm gonna keep one. Just in cases.
I'm glad
in case I...
I'm glad you didn't, because full disclosure, the keys are random too, so it's like... We may not have needed it, but I'm glad that we did.
Like, I didn't know, because Shay did say, like, even if I preserved them well, it's still, like, a small shelf life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, we're going to be doing so much.
I'm just glad you kept it, because now we don't have to go hunt one. Or kill the Xanathar.
We don't have to kill him, we just have to rip off an eye stalk.
That's true.
That would have
And survive to tell the tale.
Kidnap the goldfish and have him rip his own eye stalk out. Do you mind if we finish here?
We can finish here. Hey. Good job, everyone.
Good job, everyone. We didn't die.
Yeah.
You managed that.
Yeah, and my gathering of just random dead monster parts.
It worked out.
It did. It worked out.
Never works out for Shane, but it worked out for you.
Yeah. They even fucking devoured one of those slant eyes, or whatever the fuck they were. No luck.
Great game, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Good
I promise next week I should definitely, maybe, totally have more energy. But I didn't today. Holidays. Woo. We will see you tomorrow for more